Coraline is a masterpiece in both art style and storytelling. As you may know, there are a lot of different bugs that are symbolized throughout the film. Coraline wears a dragonfly pin in her hair, the other father rides a praying mantis, and the other mother is literally a spider luring its prey. There is an amazing video that goes over this more in detail. I'll put it in the card above. The bug theory got me thinking. If Coraline is just another victim for the other mother, aka the Beldam, to prey on, then how does Coraline break the cycle and survive when the other children didn't? How does Coraline go from prey to predator? At the beginning of the film, we see Coraline exploring the grounds of the Pink Palace. As she does, the camera is in the point of view of the cat, who silently follows her from afar. This same type of point of view is given to the doll when Coraline finds the small door later, like a killer watching its next victim. Hello there! I literally just noticed this as I was editing, but both Coraline and Georgie from It wear yellow rain jackets, and both fall prey to a magical creature that feeds off the lives of children. Just thought that was an interesting detail. As the scene goes on, we see how far off Coraline is from her environment, not knowing that the stick she's holding is poison oak. Seeing that her parents write a catalog about gardening, you would think that Coraline would be more aware of what poison oak looks like. Regardless, her exploration continues as she inspects the inside of her family's apartment, pressing a light switch that's labeled "Don't press" because it turns off the power of the whole apartment, which turns off her dad's computer, losing all his progress.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Within these two scenes inside and out of the house, we pick up on two important details of our protagonist. One, she's not very perceptive, not picking up on the poison oak, the labeled light switch, and even Wybie's comment about his grandmother not letting children stay in the Pink Palace. The second thing is that she's curious and imaginative, not afraid to look around into different rooms and even venturing out to meet the neighbors. These two scenes make her the perfect next victim for the Beldam. Coraline will be curious enough to open the entrance to the other mother's lair and not resist the temptation of what it offers. Just like Alice falling down the rabbit hole, Coraline is transported into an enchanting world, where there's gravy trains and gardens that look like her from an aerial view. The Beldam has studied her prey by using the doll as a spy to entice Coraline to stay. It's worth pointing out, if she wasn't impressed by this world, the other mother could just change things on a whim. Like when Coraline and her other parents are eating dinner, she wills it to start raining. Or even when other Wybie randomly comes to the door. Like a moth to a flame, our protagonist sinks deeper and deeper into the other mother's trap, finding the real world flat and boring compared to this colorful other world, which is very noticeable from the change in lighting from world to world. Just another interesting detail. As the movie rolls on, the Beldam doesn't have to lure her victim into her nest, because Coraline passively seeks it out, submitting to her desires of this fantasy world, changing her clothes from the orange pajamas or orange striped shirt she normally wears to the blue starred shirt and blue shoes. In the world of color theory, orange and blue are complementary colors, meaning they're opposites on the color wheel. The reason I point this out is that this small detail means a lot. Her giving in and changing her outfit means that Coraline has submissively given in to the Beldam's control, giving up a part of herself to the temptations around her, or so the Beldam thinks. These are the final moments where Coraline is looked upon as prey. When the other mother gives Coraline a chance to stay forever, if she willingly lets them sew buttons in her eyes, that is truly terrifying. This is when the spell on Coraline fades. not wanting anything to do with this world anymore, just wanting to melt into the covers of her bed and wake up from this horrible nightmare, which doesn't happen because this is no dream. As the reality of the situation hits Coraline, the color and life of this fantasy world gets sucked away, giving more power and size to the Beldam, being more spider-like every time we see her. Her outfit changes from a white sweater that mirrors her real mother to a black, red, and white dress that closely resembles a black widowed spider. Just another fun detail. Anyways, realizing that this is no dream, Coraline goes toe-to-toe with her other mother, becoming defiant of her, stating, "You aren't my mother." This defiance of her power and control aggravates the Beldam so much that she puts Coraline in a literal cocoon, or whatever you would call a spider wrapping its prey. So that's it, Coraline's trapped for good. Well, no. She has one thing that the other victims don't have, or don't listen to, that being the support of others. All throughout the film, she has people that are looking out for her, from April and Miriam reading her future and telling her to be careful, to Mr. B telling her that his mice are saying not to go through the little door, to the cat showing her the reality of the other world, being honest with her about how the other mother would love to eat her for dinner, asking her up front, "How do you think you taste?" This book and movie are just messed up. To even her real mother locking and hiding the key to the other world for her safety. Even in the other world, the Beldam's creations try to protect Coraline. This always makes me question if these puppets of hers always had free will, or did they gain consciousness after growing attached to Coraline? In some scenes, they feel programmed like the other father's song, and in others, they actively defy the other mother. Or maybe I'm just thinking too hard about this. Regardless, the other creations are here to help her. The other father aids her multiple times, telling her a lot of key details about what happened to other YB, not wanting to harm her even when he's forced to, apologizing as he does so, and straight up giving up one of the children's souls before he meets his demise. He even wears the color orange, just like our protagonist. Also, he turns into a pumpkin, which is also orange. Another person that helps Coraline is other YB, who tells the cat about the horrors of this place. He also helps Coraline escape the cocoon that she was trapped in, leading her to the exit of the Beldam's lair. The next two I want to talk about are other April and Miriam. Now, I don't think they're truly on Coraline's side, but I still feel like they help her in some way. The performance of the Siren of the Sea is hilarious and makes me uncomfortable all at the same time, but the song lyrics are pretty important to the plot. April, whose voice actress is the same woman who voiced the fairy godmother in Shrek 2. Sings of the siren who lures sailors to their deaths, which is a clue to what the Beldam is really up to. I feel like there's even more to this scene than just that. If you have any theories, I'd love to hear them, because this scene truly baffles my brain. After leaving the clutches of the Beldam, the game is over, right? Well, no. Because the spider has taken Coraline's parents. For her to get them back, she must confront the monster of the other world, burning the doll that started the whole thing, and building up the courage to go up against the evil witch, putting an end to all of this once and for all. Now, Coraline isn't the most perceptive kid out there, but she does prepare before she goes into the Beldam's lair again, bringing the magic stone, some garden cutters, and a candle, which are all useful in her next adventure into the other world. Adding in a small detail, she changes back to her orange color she was wearing before, showing that she's not going to give in to the other mother's control ever again. Despite her fears, Coraline stays strong and challenges the Beldam to a game, showing that she's different from the children who came before. The others gave in to temptation, only wanting more and more, having the doll and the other world absorb their lives, where Coraline only plays with the doll for just a little in the beginning. It only sits lifelessly by her bed all throughout the movie, staring at her as she sleeps. Again, that's pretty terrifying. Whereas the other children, like Wybie's grandmother's sister, is shown holding the doll and only paying attention to it. Their greed and selfishness were their downfalls, where Coraline is willing to free everyone, the ghost, her parents, and herself, ending the Beldam's rule altogether, if she wins the game. After retrieving the other children's souls, Coraline faces the Beldam once more, being as defiant as ever. One of Coraline's biggest traits that helps her from falling victim is her independent thinking. She's a kid that will question anyone's authority. Whether she's in the real world or the other mother's web, she will question the adults around her. One key moment is at the first dinner with her other parents, where the other mother starts tapping her fingers impatiently as Coraline questions the world around her. This same impatient finger tapping happens right before Coraline challenges the other mother to a game. Coraline's independent thinking and defiance are what help her become a predator, just like the cat. Both are able to hurt the spider-like Beldam, with the cat clawing out her eyes and Wybie and Coraline destroying her hand. I think the best scene to showcase Coraline's bravery as a predator is when she kills a bunch of centipedes as she explores the house. Yes, this is a reference to the 1960s classic Psycho, where the killer stabs the victim in the shower. In Coraline, the same type of thing happens. Coraline becomes the killer, and the centipedes become the victim, making Coraline a bug-squashing predator early on, kind of predicting the end of this movie. In the end, Coraline has all of the power, and the Beldam is powerless, begging for Coraline to stay. How the tables have turned. Coraline may be the Beldam's prey in the beginning, but Coraline proves her wrong in the end, squashing the other mother like the spider she is, ending the cycle altogether. I'm sure there are other details that I missed from this film. Please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, you may enjoy another fun video from the channel. Hope you have a happy Halloween, and I'll see you next time.